Anyone race here last year? Nope.
I've never been on this track. No,
This big circle is actually a really good learning opportunity about looking ahead. And I'm sure everyone's told you guys, look ahead, look ahead, look ahead. This will absolutely make you look ahead. So, like, when you're here, don't look in front of you. Look where you're going, way over there. We all do it going down the interstate, but since it's so far ahead, you don't realize you're doing it. I think when you're new, you have a tendency to look kind of where you're at, not where you're going. So if you're looking, like when you're here, I'm looking over there, way over there. Your mind will make your hands do what they need to do if you look ahead. Don't pinch yourself on this cone. Stay out, give yourself some room. Again, you're looking way ahead, so when you're here, you're looking way up there. You need to be looking out the side window, not out the windshield. When you first start doing that, you'll be amazed at how much quicker your times are. And if you run something over, it doesn't matter. It will still make you better. You will quit running things over. Now when you're here, the least input that you can make with your steering wheel, the faster you're going to be. Your steering wheel is also actually a brake. This turn, you cannot go as fast. So get your input done as quick as possible. If you line yourself up for smallish cars, this is no input. You're not going to turn the wheel at all. It's straight. All that other crap, don't look at it. Just have your car here. I did this when I walked the course. I'll be watching for that line and I'll try to run over it. When you're here, you got to be thinking about getting back over a little, but it's not a big turn. It's just a very slight input to start walking the car over so that you're not pinched on that cone. You're going to see that cone, but you need to see it when you're way back there, not here. Because again, when we're here, we're not looking at that. We're not looking at any of this. We're looking at our exit. We're looking over there where that guy's walking. Anytime you walk a course, try to walk where you're sitting in your driver's seat. Well, I want to actually be more over here because if I'm there, you've got that much room to get around that turn, so you've got to go much slower than when you're out here. A lot of times you want to save space and make the course shorter, but this isn't one of them because we've got all this room to play with. So your input to get turns, you're thinking about it back there, but when you're here, you're putting a little input in. And as you turn the wheel, another thing to think of when I was talking about it being a brake, when you're turning that wheel, imagine you've got a string attached to your wheel to the throttle. If this is straight, string's long enough, throttle's down. As you're turning, you're pulling the throttle up, working together so that you don't push. This will be one of the quicker sections, so this is a place that it's going to be pretty important to hit your braking zone. No matter what you're driving, you'll probably be faster from there to there than most anywhere else on the course. So we can all just put our throttle, put the foot on the floor and drive fast, but the difference between times will be who hits their braking zone properly. Not give up too much, but give up enough so that you can get around this turn without pushing, but maintain some momentum because we're going uphill. I'm in a S2000 and it will not like this because I have no torque. So I have to have a fine balance of braking, yet keeping some momentum going forward. Right here is a good connect the dot spot. So if we set this up proper, we're coming in out a bit, but if you give it up a little earlier, you can actually make an input and start getting back on throttle so that we exit at about that middle cone, which sets us up for the next part. If you come in too fast, you're going to end up over there and you're going to have 2 additional inputs on the steering wheel versus 1. If you exit here, just looking ahead. I'm going up there fast.
Well, I mean, it's almost like a little U-shape.
No.
Again, I always big turnarounds because there's many of them today. Just make sure you're looking where you're going. Right here is another pretty important braking zone, probably, most likely, I think, anyway. That's pretty tight. So if you're giving it up some back in here, positioning the car, by the time that you're to that pointer cone in the middle, you can be back on throttle. Not abruptly, but you can start rolling back into throttle to get you around down here. Since we've been looking way ahead, you want to exit. When you're there, you need to know now that you want to exit on this far outside because it straightens that up. It turns it into a small input versus a big input. Of all these cones, this one is the important one. Of all that crapper, all that means nothing. Be on this cone when you exit here. There's very little input. If you're over here, because you come through there all kind of crazy, now you got to get back over there and then get back again. If you're there, you will have to do very little. You can just go fast.
Ricky, you just gotta get out there and get some points on the board. Excuse me, I'm gonna go fast.
Yeah, it's Ricky, damn, I was high when I said that. Hell, you could be second. Hell, this is fifth. What am I supposed to do my whole life?
This one's pretty important too, because if you are lined up properly where you need to be, you'll actually be going at a pretty good clip through here. So when you're here, give it a quick little tap of the brake. Scrub a little speed off so that you can get through that with a small input, because if you go through it too fast, what'll happen, you're going to run up on that cone quicker than you think. Then you got to get way the hell back over again. So give a little up here so that you can keep the throttle on the floor as you're going through the finish line. when you make it to here, hopefully you're lined up perfectly. This is something even guys that have done this a while will sometimes forget. From here to there, there's nothing. Don't turn. Don't try to go through the center of the lights. It's the shortest distance from here to that cone. I checked those lights. They're at a slight angle. You will trip it. The closer you are to that cone, the quicker you will trip that light. It may not be a tenth, but there are races lost by thousandths of a second. When you're here, don't do anything. I've seen they want to come by here and go over. Don't do that. Go straight to that cone. And do not lift until you are well past that.
Okay.
When I was new, I wanted to get to it, and like, and people are telling me, what the hell are you doing? Stay on throttle. Then get yourself stopped. Do not do anything from here. The wheel is straight.
Does it read when you enter or when you exit?
As soon as you break the light between the two. Just stay here.
Well, it's good I'm traveling in light speed.
Mm-hmm.
When you come through here, unless you're in a car from England, you're going to be right here. Look out the window and see it as you go past.
Tease and crumpet, Governor.